Hello, second grade. So today we're taking a look at a painter whose name is Wayne Thiebaud, and he lives in San Francisco, California. And so he's an American painter. This is where he lives here in California. We live over here in Ohio, as you remember. And Wayne Thiebaud is 99 years old. He is still painting some, which is amazing. And in November, he will be 100 years old. And I think his paintings are really cool. And I think you're going to like them a lot. One thing that you want to think about when we're looking at Wayne Thiebaud's paintings is how he uses repetition. And repetition means that something repeats over and over. And he uses a lot of repetition in his artwork. All right, let's take a look at one of his paintings. What do you see? Right, so in this one we have cakes and pies repeated. And what sort of shapes do you see repeated? I see an oval shape repeated over and over and over. I see kind of triangular shapes repeated over and over and over. And it's kind of the variety is in the types of desserts. So we have chocolate cake and white cake and lemon meringue and pumpkin and some sort of chocolate pie there. And so we see a variety, which means lots of different things, but it's very carefully repeated. We also notice, look at the way that he did the plates and the shadows. Do you see the very colorful outline? The last thing I want you to see is that he uses a horizon line. So right here behind here, he divides the page between the wall and the table by making a horizon line. All right. Again, I see some repetition. What shapes do you see repeated in this one? If you said circles, then you're right. There's lots and lots of circles in here. So we have the circles of the gumballs. We have the circles of the shapes of the globes that hold them in. We have kind of ovally shapes down here. Yep. And again, we have a nice horizon line behind these three gumball machines. And the colors are so bright, not just the gumballs themselves, but I see how we did colors around the outline too, which I think is really fun. All right, in this one, there's no horizon line, but we do see repetition. What shape do you see repeated? Excellent. I see cylinders repeated too. And I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cakes. And on those cakes, they're all decorated in different ways. But the light is all coming from this side because my shadows are on this side. And I see those really bright colors on the outside and that nice thick paint. This one is a nice one too. This is a very famous one of his. It has a lot of variety of cakes, so lots of different kinds of cakes. I see angel food cake, and I see cake with cream in the middle. I see cake with a swirl and a rose. I see one cake that already has some pieces taken out. I see one cake that has cherries on the top, and another one that has hearts, and another one that has swirls. Isn't it interesting to see all the different shapes, but at the same time there's definitely repetition of the round cake stands. You see that they're all standing up. Repetition of the shadow underneath. Repetition of that cylinder shape. And behind here I see that horizon line splitting up the wall from the counter. Ooh, look at these shapes. All right, so we have a nice thick horizon line, and this time he's actually painted the wall. A lot of times it's white, but this time I see he's doing ice cream cones, which are really fun. And so we have the ice cream cones, and we have the repetition of the ice cream. I love this one. Look at this one. More ice cream cones, but these ones are more of a traditional cone shape. And then we have the spheres, the roundness of the ice cream on top. And I love the colors that he uses as his outline. Isn't that lovely? All right, one more for us. This one is obviously a wedding cake. We see a little bride, that's the woman getting married, and a little groom, that's the man getting married on top. And I have a repetition of cylinders. 1, 2, 3. But I also have a repetition in here with the swirls, and I have a repetition of shapes around the outside edge. And we see that our light must be coming from this way because our shadow is going this way. All right, today we are going to be making some desserts. I'm going to show you how to draw a couple different shapes, and then you're going to pick what kind of dessert you want. And for your final picture, I want you to take a dessert and repeat it just a couple times.